Frank and Joe are chasing a bad guy in the ocean. We're told this villain has a gun, and he's not afraid to use it. By that I mean he never uses his gun once, because that would end the book in Chapter 1.
Argo Funk Book Review. Argo Funk Book Review.
When the Hardys go home, they get a new assignment. Two high schoolers were hospitalized recently. Joe Maggione collapsed from heart failure while he was jogging. Russell Olwell was mugged by an unknown criminal. The Hardys should investigate the mugging, which is an actual crime, but instead, ATAC tells them to check out a martial arts school named the Rising Phoenix. Both victims are students there, so maybe it's connected to what happened. That sounds like a pretty weak link to me, especially considering that the mugging and the heart attack happened a month apart. I mean, two unrelated people who happen to attend the same fitness center visit the hospital on separate months? That doesn't sound like suspicious illegal activity. That sounds like a coincidence. The Hardys show up at the school. They meet the owner, Paul Huang, and his business manager, Finn Campbell. It seems the Rising Phoenix has a particular type of student. Nerds! They're going after kids who are wimpy and scrawny, kids who get picked on all the time, kids with low self-esteem. Kids like the insecure Billy Lee and Chet Morton. Huh, I didn't know Chet has confidence issues. He always struck me as a really happy, helpful guy. Well, Chet is insecure around girls, as in he's so bad around girls, he makes Frank look good. We see this with Liz Campbell, Finn's daughter. She has an open crush on Chet, she tries talking to him, and he runs away. How is that different from the way Frank behaves around girls? I'm joking, but Chet has a 17-year-old sister. If anything, he should be more used to teenage girls than the Hardys are. The next day, they talk to the two victims. John looks nothing like his profile picture because he gained about 100 pounds of muscle. He gets angry and punches the bed in frustration several times. At this point, I realize the mystery is steroids. John is clearly on steroids. I have no idea how the doctors didn't notice that, considering he's displaying all the symptoms. Russell is also an angry meathead, but he's not important outside of the fact that he's got a hot redhead sister named Samantha. She immediately crushes on Frank and gives him her phone number. Whoa! She insists on being part of the investigation, and the fact that they didn't let her join is a bit of a lost opportunity. The Hardys see the adults harassing Billy. Billy cries and says it's not fair, and they demand he give them the money, all the money. Chet shows up to class with a full backpack, but he leaves with an empty backpack. Even though Chet is their best friend and they could easily ask him what's going on, the Hardys waste a few chapters secretly following him. It turns out Chet is picking up packages from a diner and delivering them to Huang's office. The package is full of unmarked pills. They confirm Billy has been taking these pills in order to bulk up. The Hardys wonder how they can get one of these pills. They go to the diner again, just in time to see a masked culprit murder a man with a hit to the throat. The victim is a private investigator who was hired to investigate Huang. I have no idea why ATAC didn't tell the Hardys about this guy earlier. Maybe ATAC didn't know there was another detective on the case? They go to the diner again where they meet Duke, the waiter. Duke is the one supplying the steroids, and don't ask where he gets them from, because the book doesn't go into that. As the Hardys leave the diner, they get attacked by Marty, one of the student teachers, mainly so we could have a fight scene. The Hardys finally talk to Chet. Humorously, Chet has no idea what's going on. He thought he was delivering harmless letters, and the real mystery is that Huang lied on his resume. Oops, you tried, Chet, you tried. Chet gives them a bottle of pills, which they give to Dad for testing. Dad wonders if his sons are in danger. After all, they saw a professional detective get murdered yesterday. Yes, Dad, I would say your sons are in danger. Frank goes back to the dojo, where he finds Samantha. They spy on Huang's office, and our heroes finally realize the culprits are selling steroids. Duke appears and hits Samantha with the throat attack that killed the PI. Inside the building, Joe realizes Marty is a culprit when he sees Marty harassing Billy. Marty goes out of control. He attacks Joe in front of the whole class and confesses to everything. Just before Marty kills Joe, he has a steroid-induced heart failure and collapses unconscious. What fortunate timing! Joe catches up with Frank and there's a big fight in Huang's office. Logically speaking, the Hardys should not have survived this fight, since they are fighting 3 adult karate experts and they've taken 1 week of classes. But of course, the Hardys are the heroes of this book, so they hold their own. Liz helps out. Apparently, she was a karate master this whole time, even though she was in the beginner class with the Hardys earlier on. Continuity! Finn refuses to fight his own daughter, and the fight ends when Dad shows up with the police. All the culprits go to jail, Chet and Liz decide to remain friends, and the boys decide they want to take karate lessons for real, because self-defense is apparently not something ATAC teaches its agents. The end. Post-book follow-up. I didn't like this book very much, mainly because I figured out the crime in the first third of the book. The final third is mostly action scenes, karate action scenes, exactly what I expected. The middle third was interesting, but frustrating at the same time because the Hardys don't talk to Chet. They would have saved a lot of time and effort if they talked to their best friend at the very start. I think the idea is that the Hardys can't let Chet know they're investigating because it's a secret mission. If that's true, why did they let the girls know about it? They trust strangers over their best friend? The girl drama is pointless, as usual. Samantha is introduced and doesn't show up again until the finale. They could have left her out and nothing would have changed. Liz was halfway interesting because she has a crush on Chet. That's a different dynamic for the series. Both Hardys complain it's really difficult to pretend to be insecure and unconfident. That annoyed me. It came across as, oh, I'm so great, it's really hard for me to pretend I'm not great. They feel full of themselves when they make complaints like that. I give Hardy Boys Undercover Brothers number 9, Martial Law, a 2 out of 10.